Hi, we are Amber and Tony from New Zealand. In early 2019 we bought an ex-rental 34-foot canal boat in Rouen, France online. We managed to fly to France and collect the boat and in 10 days quickly travel to Saint-Jean-de-Losny, where we left her for the next year. But due to COVID we haven't been back since. This series is of our journey back and our 5 months of adventures. This week, like all the other weeks on Sunday, it is editing day for me, and then while I'm doing that, Tony's always doing lots of little jobs around the boat. So the mattress that we bought, we could only get a certain size and it was a little bit long, so I'm in the moment just trying to trim it so it'll fit in the hole. Well, we've had the day off. I've been editing, and then we've just been doing lots of little jobs around the boat, getting things a bit more ship shape in Bristol fashion. And we had a bit of a thunderstorm a little while ago, but it's quite warm and muggy, so it's actually cooler outside. So we're going to go for a ride up to where we hope to get through tomorrow. We have a 3.3k tunnel coming up, and we must have a working fixed light. So with a bit of Kiwi ingenuity to try to make it more reflective, as it was so old.
What have you done today?
What have I done? I've steered into 4 locks today. No, what? 3? No, it was 4. It was 4. Oh, okay, maybe it was 3. And I've done the washing. Well, paid for the washing. That's about it. Talked a bit of shit. That's about it. Some cheese, some wine. It's been a week now, or just about 5 days, 6 days, and each day we're slowly getting more and more organised on the boat. Tone's got the cupboard sorted. We're just getting ourselves a bit more organised each day, which is quite pleasing, and it's a nicer space to live in when it's a bit tidier. Here we are, we've just stopped for lunch. We're in a little port, Lock 20, Pont de l'Auche, I think it is, and there's a little restaurant that we're going to go and check out. So we're going to stop and have lunch here at this little restaurant. It's beautiful, it smells divine. And the last lock keeper gave us a piece of paper about the tunnel that we've got to go through tomorrow. So Tony just raced up to the boat. Our little boat's just up there. And he's going to get the paper so we can read it, and we need to ring and make a reservation to get through the tunnel. Look at that. Oh, hamburger and frites, and I've got salmon. Beautiful. Just had the most beautiful lunch. It's 33 euros, fantastic service. All the cyclists, it's incredible. You have to be in early, otherwise you won't get a table. So we're just back to our boat and off to the next lock. The Clusiers following us down to the next lock. You usually have to wait for them, so there's no point in racing ahead because they've got to close the lock behind us and lock it, ready for the next people. So we're just coming up to the next bend and hopefully the last lock for the day. Look at that, what a spot. I am in heaven. I cannot believe that I am this lucky, that my life is so good. I cannot believe it. Here I am painting on the side of the canal, got myself set up. Look at this beautiful castle way in the distance. Tony's just ridden up there to check it out. Unfortunately it was closed today, but we're going to go tomorrow morning. Just absolutely fantastic. I am just, a bit too close. Just having a little play with my oils. Haven't been painting for a while, so it's just getting my hand back in it. So it's all good. Well, it's now 7 o'clock at night and I've been here for about two and a half hours, and that's what I've been painting up there. Beautiful castle or Chateau Neuf in the Bourgogne. Beautiful. Bonjour from France. This morning's mission is to walk up to the Chateau Neuf for the day or for the morning and go and check that out. It's from the 11th century, so it's got lots of history, so it should be a really interesting day. We left the boat at 7 AM and walked up the steep hill to Chateau Neuf. Well worth it. Such a beautiful old town and stunning gardens. It was €5 entry into the chateau. It wasn't huge and a lot of it was not on view, but still well worth a visit and very interesting. Wow, what a view. This is from the top of the hill. Our little boat is just down there behind those trees and we're heading this way. We're going to go through a tunnel tomorrow through one of these hills. We're not too sure which one it is. And then over here we have the reservoir, which is what feeds all the canals. Today we had the last of our uphill locks till we get to the top of the hill and go through the polytunnel. On our last lock we had to share the lock with a commercial boat who takes people through the tunnel as a trip. They only allow one boat at a time to go through, so we had to wait an hour before we could go. So we are just about to enter the tunnel to go through the poly tunnel, I think it is called, top of the hill. and yeah, very excited, a little bit nervous. It's 3.3 Ks, and you just had all our gear checked. We had to have fire extinguishers, life jackets, what else we have? Oh, the lamp, the torch. You can't use just a normal torch, you have to have a big torch, and a bucket for bathing. I don't know, I think it's going to be a bit serious if you're using your bucket. So yeah, so very exciting. Captain Stubing at the stations, driving through the tunnel. Woohoo! It's pretty cool. It's nice temperature. Compared to outside, it's very warm outside. We made it! Very exciting. It was pretty cool. Very steady and nice temperature in there. Not too much water dripping on us, so it was actually excellent. Really good.
Sweet love, what did you do today?
Well, we climbed a mountain and we went to a chateau, went through an old city, which was really cool, a little village, which was very cool. And then we went through a tunnel for 3.5 Ks under a hill in our boat. And now we're sitting in the car park waiting for our washing. This morning we're in a little town called Kuele, I think is how you pronounce it. We're on the other side of the mountain and we stayed here. We just sort of got through the tunnel and then stayed here the night. This morning we are getting supplies because it's quite a good little town. I've just been to the supermarket and got a pile of stuff, but like anything, when you don't have a vehicle you've got to walk quite a way, and with a trolley full of goodies, and alcohol can be quite heavy. So it can be quite a load to get back to the boat. Tony is taking the bike and he has gone off to find a hardware store to get some screws to put some little catches on. So yeah, and then we're leaving at 1 and heading on our way again. The previous night, while we'd been walking to the laundromat, we bumped into another Kiwi couple who own a huge big Dutch barge which was built in 1908 called Renaissance. Another amazing day. We're in Port Royal. This is a little tiny port. It's fantastic. It's only us and 2 other boats, and I don't think there's anybody on those boats. So we're just at a little picnic table and having our dinner. It's just beautiful. The Capitan's house, he's closed. We tried to get water, but he's closed. So all good. Our good friend Anna and her mum Malo arrived after a very adventurous trip from the Cotlands in England, trying to find us in the middle of France to stay for a couple of days to enjoy the slower pace of canalling. The next morning, Renaissance, the couple that we'd met earlier, had beaten us to the lock, and because they're so big, well, they had to go in by themselves, we had to wait. But the Ecclesiaires asked them to pull over after they'd got through the lock so that we could go past, which was really cool. Here we have the Whittlers Wall, which can be quite wetting at times, where the water gets in behind and when the water comes down. trees out. Just keeping track of the rope, so she's holding us ashore. We're just having a little, got a bit of weed in our intake, so Tone's just gonna clear the pipes for us, and then we can get on our way. We're just in front of the lock. Just a little chat to the ecclesiaires to tell them what we're doing. It's all good. We've stopped for the day in a little place called Poulier, and we're going to go and check out, see if there's anything open, and then we'll come back and have a little picnic under the trees. So here I am just in front of the lock house, I think it's number 26, and just started painting it. And the actual ecclesiar who we've had for the last 2 days, he came over and he said it's his house, so it's actually really special, and so I'm going to give it to him when I've finished. So it's actually really lovely. Rightio, it's been 2.25 hours and I've just pretty much finished. And there's my, if I can get back far enough, the 2. You see the whole thing, hopefully. There you go. Someone else going to go and give it to him. Gin and tonic in a cup. We need to get some glasses. All along the canals there are these poplar trees that have these big ball things in them, which we've found out are mistletoe, which actually ends up killing the trees. These are pretty cool. These are like little holiday homes, I think. Very cool. All of the locks that we are doing today are all very, very close together. You've only just got out of the lock and then you're on to the next one. So you've got to have your wits about you. And I think we've got about 20 to do today. As you can see, that's the next lock just ahead of us. So the boys are working very hard, the ecclesiaires, today, so they might deserve a bit of beer at the end of the day. We've got one guy here closing the gates and the other guy's gone ahead to open the next lot, and then they'll join together and then they'll split again. See a beautiful countryside today. Everybody wants to have a go at doing the locks. It's very cool. Some cyclists have just stopped and they're going to have a go.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. The girls go. It's got controls. Anna's on the ropes. Beautiful.
Very good.
So now the girls, I missed the girls, they were doing it so quickly. Close the gates.
You need to do the other one now, that'll be harder.
Yeah, opening is a different story. So Anna and I are off to find some groceries. Yes, true. Pauline. A beautiful little town, so sweet. beautiful little lock this is. Very cute. Look at that little house. Spot for the night, Venere la Lormes, I think it's pronounced. We are way down there in the shade. We're the only ones in the shade. We thought we were very clever. And we're just going to have a look around, see if we can find a little wee restaurant. Well, we had no luck finding a restaurant, so we came back to the boat and had a quiet little gin and tonic and some cheese and crackers, and it's now about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And that's about it for this week, and we'll see you next week. I've been asked by a few people to give you a rundown on the boat, so next week we might just do a little bit of that. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye.